Listen up, Cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
the Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution, and
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
so sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
I know. I mean, it's been almost it feels like about a month. Kids. I mean, 3 or 4. It's been almost pushing 4 weeks.
It's been almost a month. Yeah.
Been a long while, really.
Yeah, it has.
You know, I learned something new though in our time off.
What is that?
When a pigeon mates, did you know that they die?
Shortly thereafter, like a praying menace, or like a
I don't know if
black widow,
like a bee stings. I don't know if that's
like
true,
that.
but I mean,
yeah.
Where did you get? How do you get this?
Well, the one that I mated with anyway did. So that was my scientific finding.
Can you realize that since the morals is not here, that you are filling in for the morals?
Oh, okay.
So with that,
I've got to be morals now.
Welcome back, Cluckheads.
Oh,
you know who we are.
Okay.
You know what we do. Current events,
common sense,
Constitution, and some abbreviated morals.
Yeah, so
it's me.
Our, substitute morals for tonight. Mating with a pigeon, huh?
All right, my game face is on.
Mating with
you know what? Maybe that's where Big Bird from Sesame Street came from.
Nope, I'm not going to go there. There's so many things I want to say. Oh, yeah. And speaking of, so on Sesame Street, how they have like one of the newer characters, and they're a few years old, but one of the newer characters is a homeless puppet. Isn't that kind of like just a slap in the face to Oscar the Grouch?
Oscar hasn't existed for how long? I mean, he lives in a freaking trash can.
He lives in a trash can.
Technically, that is his home, though.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that'd make it a mobile home because you can move it anywhere you want it.
Yes, he's a mobile dweller.
Worse than living in a trash can on Sesame Street. What kind of friendly neighborhood is this that takes care of each other? But actually, I did actually. I don't know how. I mean, I saw it somewhere. I didn't read the whole story, but I guess Sesame Street, to be more diverse, they're going to start adding puppets of color.
They are literally all color.
Yeah, it kind of confused me.
There's red and yellow and blue.
They can be blue. They can be violet.
Yeah, I was like,
sky. They can be
you ever
purple.
seen
They
the
can be
puppets
purple. They can be anything they like.
So I'm not real
they
sure.
depict the puppet pretty well.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's
So, question for you:
Hey,
if a puppet is having like relationships with you,
it's called a hand job.
Would that be a hand job?
Okay,
or a mouth
I
job?
think morals would jump in right now and yellow card.
Yeah, not that they would have it on Sesame Street because they don't do those things.
I just feel like
Happy
that
Time
was the
Murders.
right call to make.
That's more Happy Time.
That's more Happy Time
Jim
Murders.
Henson Company, but you know his son.
Time.
You know.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's get into this. All right.
Hey, Bert. You never look at me anymore.
Well, I'd like to visit the moon. Not that one. Not that one. All right, so let's get in. We gotta be serious.
Gotta be serious.
Let's get into this. All right, so today is yours, and I'm sure I don't know what we're doing here. Okay, so we're doing stouts.
Yes.
Oh, and they're both from
Courtesy
Martin
the
House.
Morals. Courtesy the Morals.
Courtesy
She's not
of
with
Morals.
us, but this is she. This is a surprise for us.
So this was a surprise that she got for us. So they're both from Martin House Brewing Company from Fort Worth, Texas.
A good brewing company, except for that pickle beer.
That pickle beer was awful,
but it was better than the bacon beer in context of.
Congratulations! You want dried turds? You want wet turds?
in context of stupid beers.
Guess what? They were both pretty bad.
That was a bad night. All right.
So the one that I have here is called Acheron, and it has that like death metal, black metal root type writing on it, except that you can actually read what the band's or what the can's name is.
Yeah, and anytime you see that.
Sorry, was that a Freudian slip?
Anytime you see that font in a metal band, I promise you, it's going to sound like.
Well, the artwork on this can, it is bad clucking.
It is. It's.
I mean, that is some cool artwork.
It's very dark,
slightly demonic.
Yeah, it's dark. It's kind of H.P. Lovecraft.
Acheron, like this river of sticks and all that stuff. So you can see like the river down here, and they're ferrying people across, and the face and
the ferryman is very
scary.
That's just the name of the river.
River
Styx.
All right.
The underworld.
I was thinking like flowing sticks, and I didn't know how that would work.
No,
not all Mr. Roboto.
No. Now I follow.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to. Let's see here. It is a 12%. It has 6 specialty malts in it. The brew date is 8/31/21, which, since this is a whiskey barrel aged imperial stout, I'd be willing to bet that that's probably higher than 12% now.
Probably.
It has 22.8 OG. I'm not sure what that means. We're going to say it's just
original gangster.
The original gangster.
Yeah.
It's 22.8% original
OG
gangster.
Stand for?
And it's 50 on the IBU bitter scale. So tell you what, here we go.
There we go.
Could be ostrich game or something.
Yeah, could be.
Nice crack. Open yours.
So
no, open.
Open mine. Sorry.
How do you forget the rules?
Man, it's been almost a month.
For over a year, we've been doing this. All right, I'm going to give it the Uncle Biden sniff test. Oh, that smells good. It smells malty, but that smells good.
If we ever do the Hunter Biden sniff test, does that involve a straw?
It involves a pipe.
Roll a dollar bill.
It involves a scale that you have to weigh out your spaghetti.
Great, man.
All right, so I'm going to pour mine.
You can definitely smell the whiskey barrel. Wow.
Oh, that's like pouring coffee.
That is stout.
Well, that is a stout.
Well, even the head on that thing is
very
dark.
Even the head is very, very dark.
Man, you can't see through that at all. That is that might be the darkest one I think we've had.
That very well could be. Tell you what, go ahead and open yours over there.
Yeah, so this one also Martin House. So this is Martin House versus Martin House kind of a night. This is the last Girl Scout.
The Biden beer.
Yeah. So this is the whiskey barrel aged also, but this is a thin mint stout. So get Girl Scout thin mint kind of thing.
There you go.
How does a Cub Scout become a Boy Scout? He eats his first brownie.
So that way, when you're trashed on it, you don't get rot breath at the bar.
Was that? No, I guess that wasn't a yellow.
We're letting that one go. I was more interested in not getting rot drunk breath if you drink too many of those.
Yeah. Yeah, your breath will smell great.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because he doesn't like thin mints.
Yeah. So this one is 11.6. It's also whiskey barrel aged. It's 11.6% alcohol, a little less than the other one, and then the OG is a 26.1.
So I'm more.
And the IBU's an 8.
Mine's more OG than yours.
Yeah, and this one's 2 less on the IBU. It's brewed on date is March 21st, 22. So this is more of a fresh one.
So that means that one's going to be strong.
No more of this old wine. Bring me some fresh wine.
That's going to be that mine's going to that whiskey's going to cut through.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's hear this one.
Let's hear this one. Okay. All right. Oh, it's dark. What is a stout?
Man, I haven't even done the sniff test and I already smell it.
Oh wow, that smells like a thin mint.
That is
thin mint.
Straight up thin mint right there. So if this doesn't come out as a green beer, I'm gonna be disappointed when I
could accidentally sit down and go through a whole case of that in one night. Just
you
like
want one?
Almost feel like we needed to put these in the freezer.
No. All right.
All right. So there's not much of a head whatsoever to it when you pour it. I mean, it doesn't really suds up, but it is just as dark as the other one.
It is 100%. These are the 2 darkest beers that I think these are actually
more than when we did like the Shiner Black.
Well,
and
even remember whenever we did the Oaktoberfest, that one that was our favorite one.
Yeah,
it wasn't that.
That
dark.
wasn't this dark. Oh god, that was such a good beer.
All right, well, grab your Acheron. Let's get this going. Let's get our clinkage going on.
Yeah, my coin is ready for the.
Get our coins ready for the ferryman. Oh, that's good. That is, it's got that coffee stout taste, but it's good.
This to me right now is coffee with whiskey.
I'm
less
sorry.
Beer, more coffee.
I'm
whiskey.
sorry. What's the problem with that?
No, I'm just saying it's less beer flavored.
Did
more
you drop your
just
man
coffee.
card? Do you need to hand it over to me?
No, I'm just saying less beer flavor. It's more if you're
Well,
really
it
looking
says
for
it doesn't say beer. It says stout.
Well, that is true, but it's still type of.
It's stout.
Kind of has
stout
a nitro brew kick to it.
It kind of does. Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump into this first topic here.
That's good.
All right. You want this one? No, I'll tell you what.
Oh, you know what? We forgot. This is episode 70.
This is episode 70.
Yeah, so episode 70 into our first topic here.
Let's just bring up the whole Brittany Griner thing. All right.
Go ahead.
Is that all right if I take this one?
Yeah, you go ahead and take this one.
I know you normally
go
go.
ahead and
Okay.
take this one.
All right, Brittany Griner. So I want to start off by saying I am glad she's released. I do think that long in any prison system for marijuana is ridiculous. However, it is not our country. They are their own sovereign nation.
Yep.
And I am glad she is back in America.
Absolutely.
What I am not glad about is that we traded the Merchant of Death for her.
Yeah, so it's like trading a rookie Nolan Ryan card for, like a third-year Darryl Strawberry.
Or a 1959 Les Paul for like a 2010 Strat Squire.
Yeah, I mean it's not an even trade. So Putin won out on this trade.
And what's funny is that even the senator from New Jersey, Bob Mendez, who is the chair of the Foreign Ethics Committee, even slammed the administration, saying that this is not a smart move.
Well, to me, the Merchant of Death, you could have got so many other Americans on top of Griner.
Like
out for that trade.
The teacher that's been there that's been convicted for 14 years.
Yeah, and you get the Marine, the Paul Whelan, I think his name is.
Yep.
Who's in prison on espionage because he worked for corporate security in there, and of course he's American, and of course he's a veteran. So
you have a bunch of people saying, "Oh well, Trump could have got him out too." Okay, but then whenever I've said something like, "Okay, so then if we're going to be fair, to be fair." In 2014, whenever Sergeant Andrew Tomarusi was in a Mexican jail for taking a wrong turn.
Oh, yeah. And what just did that? Handcuffed to the bed.
Barack Obama was on his 200th round of golf.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah.
He should have known the rules. Okay. What?
Yeah. And here's the other hypocrisy part of it. Just last week, after another unfortunate, mass shooting, I think the Virginia Walmart thing, Biden comes out and says, and I'm not making light of the mass shootings, it's a different topic, but Biden comes out and says anybody who wants to own or purchases a semi-automatic weapon is just sick.
Oh, like they're doing in Canada.
Yeah. Not an assault rifle, just a semi-automatic weapon, sick. So anybody in this country who wants to own one is sick, but you're willing to trade a guy who trades arms and fully automatic weapons to terrorists to kill Americans and our allies for a U.S. hating
Gotta cut you off. Gotta cut you off. Not just fully automatic rifles. The one that they sent him over the edge on is that Victor sold up to tens of millions of dollars of missiles to Colombia specifically to strike down U.S. helicopters.
Yeah, is in favor for the cartels. Yes. I mean, this guy, it's such an unlevel playing field of what they traded for to bring back a woman who's just going to come back and kneel at the very anthem of the country who just saved her sorry butt for going to another nation and violating its law. Now, granted, do I feel like she got the max penalty in Russia because it's a political con over the Ukraine deal?
That's exactly
Absolutely.
What happened.
She was going to get convicted because she committed the crime. And in Russia, they don't play on that stuff. She got that max penalty of that 15 years and going to the penal colony because of politics.
It was 9 years for her.
Or 9 years, excuse me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crap, but I understand it. It's their own nation. We had that kid in Singapore.
Yeah.
Who
Michael Fay
everybody's family was
like,
like, oh, we need to save him. And most Americans were like, well, hold on. So this kid went over there and committed a crime in another nation.
And in Singapore,
he actually did it.
The punishment for that crime was getting caned 6 times.
It was a butt whooping.
and the thing is, they don't play with their canings.
No, it's a permanent scar.
It's a permanent scar, and most of the time, people pass out at the end of the second one.
But so, you know what? You know how you avoid that situation?
You just don't commit the crime.
You don't commit those crimes.
Yeah, you go into Singapore well knowing what you're in for.
It's like being in this country, and every time I go into the liquor store to get us something for the show, I don't even have to remind myself, okay, Rooster, don't rob the place. Don't rob the... No, you just don't do it.
And then...
It's not hard to not commit crime, people.
And then the thing is that whenever it comes to this, it literally... The reason why we went with her is because that it fits the agenda.
It does, but...
Timer just went off.
Yeah. I'd be anxious to see what kind of smack she talks about the U.S. a year from now.
That she already said that she's still not going to...
Of course she's not.
She's not going to stand for the anthem.
Of course she's not.
So, but and I know that we're over time on it, but I don't know if you saw the video of the exchange today, but around the 13-second mark, whenever she starts to shake Victor Bout's hand, the Merchant of Death, the video cuts, and it's a very obvious cut, and then it starts back up.
Yeah, we can't show her cozying up to the guy, the trade that got her out of that one. So, again, it was a very uneven trade. Shouldn't have done it.
Absolutely.
Should have asked for a lot more for somebody like that.
Well, back here in America, what do you think about this stout?
I like it. I mean, for stouts, this is good. This is definitely good.
I dig it.
Very smooth. You can definitely tell the coffee and the whiskey.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, I mean, I will say that I miss a little bit of the bite that you get from beer. You were not seeming to get that out of this.
Well, no, but it's a stout, so it's.
I know, but like Guinness, you still get a little bit of a beer bite to it. So
yeah, that's because Guinness is like the.
Oh yeah, it's the commercial.
Yeah.
Stout, so it's the sellout stout.
Guinness is the I'm wearing leggings.
I just ticked a whole bunch of Guinness fans off with that one.
Guinness is the stout for the people that wear leggings and Uggs and get their pumpkin spice lattes. It's the basic cluck of stouts. Yeah. All right,
groovy.
You ready to move on over to this?
Last
Thin
girls.
Mint?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the stout with the
okay, let's get our
the
clinkage on. Let's take a good old sipperoo of that.
The look of pure joy on his face when he did that.
That is dope. I'm bringing that back.
That's
awesome.
That is
a heavy Thin Mint.
Surprisingly, that is really, really good.
These are the Thin Mints that Daddy would hide.
Daddy, no!
These are Daddy's Thin Mints. Stay away from them.
Daddy, can I have a sip of your Coke? No.
Nope.
Can I have your Thin Mints? No.
Nope. Oh my God, it's amazing. What's funny is before I actually got the first full sip, you could taste the mint.
You could taste the mint. It's
just
coming
from
out
your
of
mouth at the glass. I mean, it's there.
And I've got mint Copenhagen in too, so it's like a
I hear that Copenhagen. It adds years to your life.
It does.
Yeah. There's a song about it.
It's a cure-all too. Yeah. Cures fits and warts and freckles, coughs, colds, a runny nose, and it guarantees not to rip, run, or snag. All right.
That's off topic, but so far, I'm digging it. It's the most unusual beer next to the pickle beer
and the bacon
beer, but pleasant.
It's very pleasant. All right. Tell you what, I started topic number 1, and I'm going to be fair. To be fair. So I'll let you start topic number 2.
It would take more than one grown adult.
Allegedly.
And we're going to find a grown adult around here somewhere. All right.
So let's go ahead and get into what is topic number 2.
Topic number 2. Number 2.
It's Twitface.
Yeah. So Twitter.
All right. Timer started. Go for it.
Twitter. My least favorite,
Rooster.
Probably of all social media.
Because it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never really got into
You just
Twitter.
go there to start fights.
Yes. That's pretty
what
much.
I do.
That's all it's about. But the cool thing, Musk, he's finished the Twitter thing. That's old news. We got that. He's expelled, I think, 75% of the employees.
Well, some of them in the 40-hour or the 35-hour work week they had, some of them would actually only work between 3 and 6 hours. The rest of it, they were like playing ping pong.
It's
and
weird that
Nerf
he can expel 75% of the employee workforce, and I'm getting more emails from Twitter now about my account just on updates than I ever saw before. It's still running. Well, it has no outages.
If Elon buys Twitter, I'm moving to Canada.
That's the new Canada. Elon Musk owning Twitter is the new, I'm moving to Canada if so-and-so
I'm going to quit Twitter.
Yeah, so you know what?
Dave Chappelle said it best.
Stop being.
What are you going to do?
Stop
Twitter
being
ain't a real place.
And I don't mean that in the cluckhead to our good listeners because those we like those. But I mean this is the offensive cluckhead part. You guys are all a bunch of whiny crybaby liars. You're not going to quit Twitter because you still got to hashtag and do all your other stupid stuff to make yourself feel better about you while you beat down on other people.
Sir, I'm going to need you to lower your tone. This is
but I'm just saying.
No. Lower your tone.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag this is a safe space. This is a safe space.
You didn't actually use the hand gesture to do the hashtag. So
I did. I used the hand gesture.
I don't like the gesture he's using right now.
Yeah, that's a different gesture.
This gesture?
Yeah, that
or
one.
this gesture?
That's a different.
The first
gesture is the overlord gesture. so wrong. Apologies, overlord. But it's funny. So now we got Musk doing this. It's firing on all cylinders. People are upset about it. But the other part that's coming out is he's starting to release information. Because if you remember back a few years ago with all the election stuff and post-election stuff, Twitter said they are not targeting conservatives. They are not picking and choosing who to silence.
That's weird because in one of the reports that came out today from the Twitter offices is that it literally said that it was targeting conservatives.
Yeah, they absolutely were doing it. And
that they were specifically choosing keywords and shadow banning people.
Yeah. So people like Charlie Kirk and stuff like that, those guys were just being picked on kind of a deal. They were doing it. And I think that was probably the biggest fear of some people who were true Twitter people is that that Musk was going to come in and just clean house and start making it a even platform of we actually follow the rules that we say we have set. So you'll get banned when you need to be banned, and it won't be because of your political opinion. It'll just be because of violations, being offensive, or inciting violence and things like that. And I think that's what most people are really bad about. I mean, because it's funny. I see, and I know a lot of people on the left. I know a lot of people on the right. And the biggest difference I can tell you between the two, and you and I kind of fit in that middle, more of that common sense role. I'm happy to make fun of both sides when they're both acting like idiots.
I was even asked to take a political test because that they firmly believed that I was a Republican.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, no, I wasn't. So I took the exact same test and I sent them the screenshots, and I was 92% a constitutionalist.
Yeah.
4% a libertarian, and then the rest of it was
if
like
you follow the
mixed all the way
Constitution and use common sense, everything's going to be fine. That's what it's about.
According to the Project Veritas, that is now hate speech.
Yeah, but you got people so far on the left and so far on the right, they're like, I can't be friends with you. I can't do this stuff. We can't be family members. You know what? You're all a bunch of dang crybabies, and you just need to shut the hell up. Start acting like an adult. Quit screaming like a child is what you need to do. And anybody who's offended by this, don't care. Whatever.
And here's what's great too.
There's a lot of little red dots shining in through the windows now.
We've been on that list for a while.
It's me. So one of the things too is that there's a lot of topics that you and I don't see eye to eye on.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, that don't change the taste of the beer.
No, it does not. It doesn't.
But it's because that neither one of us are throwing it in the other's face saying, you have to think this or you're wrong.
No. Everybody has the right to think how they want to think. Everybody has the right to worship the God they want to worship.
Not now.
No, they do. They honestly do.
Apparently, you need to go back. You need to go back.
And I have friends that are so screaming left, I'm still friends with them. I still love them. I don't understand them.
Timer's up.
But it's cool. But they don't have that same respect for me. And it's because they absolutely feel they're 100% right, and for some reason, I've had people say, "Well, you're literally killing us." What? No, I did literally killing stuff when I was in the military.
Timer. First off, we're not going to bring up war crimes, and second, the timer has gone off.
Oh yeah, sorry. And they weren't really war crimes.
But you know, with that, I watched a little bit of the Patton Oswalt stand-up special, and with him and his comedy, to me, he's always a hit or miss. Either the special's funny or it's not. But one of the things that he said that made a lot of sense was that, you know, he's pro all the trans, gay marriage, all this stuff, and that's fine. He can believe in all that. But he said that it does not matter how woke you are, that the left is its own problem because it's never going to be woke enough.
Never going to be woke enough. And then he said
that what's going to happen is that he's going to be doing a stand-up in another 10, 15 years, and he's going to get canceled because he made fun of something.
Sure.
That now.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I appreciate Dave Chappelle as a comedian so much for is he has a lot of those left beliefs. I mean, he just kind of tells it like it is. And, you know, he has his beliefs. They're his. And he's not going to change his mind just because you don't like it.
And you know what he would say?
Because that's why.
That's what he would say.
Yeah, I mean, but you got some of these guys out there that just kind of, you know, it's sad. People need to stop taking themselves so seriously. They're all going to have a heart attack. You know, and stop screaming about everything. That's the easiest way. Have a beer. Come hang out with us. Have a beer. You won't be so upset about stuff. And now back on the Twitter. I know the time is over.
No, the time's up.
But I'm still not going to be a big Twitter user, even with
the time. Time is up.
Oh, whatever, man.
You just had to get it out there.
I gotta get it out.
You're fired up about this as I am about the Brittany Griner thing.
I don't understand people.
Show me on this doll where Twitter hurt you.
It's on the backside.
Right there where the wallet is.
Exactly. No, I mean, I just wish people were nicer to each other.
Well, yeah.
Twitter does not. And you know, that. Never has.
Recently, we played a show with some bands over at Trees, and the lead singer of one of those bands, one of his favorite sayings is "Everybody love everybody."
Yeah.
And the thing is that we don't have to see eye to eye, but guess what? That does not change the taste of the beer.
No, I mean it really doesn't. I mean, how many Thanksgivings are ruined because people can't get along over who the president is? How many Christmases are ruined? How many family members don't talk to each other? How many parents don't talk to their children?
I don't know, but
children don't talk to their parents.
But I can tell you this:
sad.
Those are rookie numbers. We got to pump those babies up,
dude. It's just sad, man.
Stop
worshiping.
I'm just kidding.
And the whole idea of worshiping politicians is ridiculous. Anyways,
come on. This is our show. Let's follow the rules.
Let's talk about Kanye.
Let's get this.
Or just you. I don't know, whatever it is. Whatever.
Oh my God. Especially after that interview he did with Alex Jones where that he was like glorifying Hitler that he had a mask on.
This isn't even on the topic. Here's what makes that great.
This isn't the third topic.
I remember when Kanye was nuts and the left loved him, and it was that whole started with the Taylor Swift stuff, and then he made her famous and he just wouldn't let that go. And then all of a sudden Trump's in office and he's hanging out with Trump, and here comes the right. Oh my God, we love Kanye now. You know, and there you can see him just, I could see Mitch McConnell just jamming to Gold Digger.
So what's funny is
his limo.
Is that the right hated him, the left loved him. Then all of a sudden he starts hanging out with Trump, and he starts having these I don't even know if you can call them conversations as much as like maybe just self dialogues. And then all of a sudden the rights love him, the left hate him, and then now he's doing stuff where that everybody on planet Earth is just going,
now,
hey.
But we're going to hit a point where the left is going to say they never followed him, and the right never followed him. No, you did. You guys jumped on the whatever you thought was going to fit your.
There was a magical switch in there.
It's all about the.
Where agenda. I've just always been sitting back, it's like, you know, the dude's not all there, right?
Yeah, like
he's a little off. But that's why he's so talented. Some of the most talented people in the world are just a little off.
Is he?
I mean,
it doesn't make an excuse for some of the things.
Is he
got somewhere doing something?
No, not his talent. Is he a little off?
He's way.
There we go.
He's way off.
No, I'm not. So it's a Jizzo.
And I love him for it.
Jizzo morals. I am not shaming his talent. Morals. I'm shaming the fact that Rooster is trying to downplay that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not downplaying what Kanye does.
Right.
I mean,
this has been a hard one to follow.
He's always
That's what
been.
she said.
But he's always been off.
Yeah.
He's just always had his own drummer kind of thing.
Moving on. So,
Moving on.
it is time for our no, stop.
But we're still drinking too, right?
Don't touch your mouth yet to it.
It's time for the don't put your mouth on it yet.
Oh.
Don't look at it.
Okay.
Don't look at it.
Oh, they're still about $20.
Wrong 7-Eleven.
Oh,
this one's $12.50. All right, so
well,
this
inflation should be like $22.
So it's time for our go back. So let's do our Thin Mint.
Well, that's what I was gonna drink.
But we weren't ready.
Gosh.
To the I guess just whiskey barrel stout.
Ooh. Yeah. Minty.
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. That go.
They need to have a baby.
Can you have a beer baby? Can you have a stout child?
Martin House.
Would it
Brewing.
be out of line to grab a small glass and combine these two and see
No, I
what
was
they
gonna say,
do?
if you're listening,
Go for it. Grab a glass
you
and
need
let's
to
combine these two.
combine these two beers and create a new super beer.
Okay, so
Call it Super Thin Mint Stout.
so here's the thing. As powerful as the Thin Mint is, what I'm thinking is like 2 parts Acheron,
Yeah.
and 1 part.
So what I
Rice.
noticed on the go
I've got
back
the cup.
is the aftertaste of the Acheron does overpower the Thin Mint after you get past it. But it's an awesome combination.
All right, so we'll
Jizzo's
at the end we will try the super beer.
Yeah.
So this is 7th grade lunchroom all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
making suicides. And speaking of suicides, it's time for the
Big
FUs. It does not stand for follow-up whatsoever.
Yes, it does.
No, you don't have to pretend because you're filling in.
I don't know
Let him
if
do his
she's got
job.
this
Let him
place
do his job.
bugged.
Let him do a job.
She may have this place bugged.
Yeah.
Let him do his job.
All right.
So yes, it does.
we've already briefly talked about it, but the first follow-up, Russia.
Yeah, so kind of a follow-up on that one. So we know about the whole Griner thing. We kind of did that. And we talked about that she was a political pawn of the Ukraine-Russian conflict.
Absolutely.
And to be fair about that one, it is more of a Russian aggression against Ukraine more than a conflict kind of thing. One invaded the other. But Russia learned a little bit of a lesson again this week.
Oh, what happened?
And
Please
that
don't tell me it
is
was something like a
Ukraine-
Doolittle raid.
Yeah. So not only did Ukraine once again strike in Russia, they struck deep in Russia, multiple targets.
That's what
at a
I'm
time.
talking about,
And not
baby.
civilian targets,
Give me that Russia. I'm going to target
military-based
that
targets.
thing deep.
So Ukraine is showing Russia, giving Russia a little bit of a
Let's
taste
see if I
of
could get a yellow card.
not
on
only
that.
can we defend ourselves,
Negative.
we can actually take this war to your home soil.
Yeah,
If that's what it's going to be.
But I was bringing up just jokingly about the Doolittle raid, which right quick, we just passed the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, and I mean we're obviously very patriotic.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know how many people are still left from that attack, but if you ever get the chance to go out there, go visit the memorial. There's still oil coming up out of the Arizona. It's absolutely heartbreaking if you have any sense
There's
of
still bodies down there.
yeah, it is a grave. But anyway, this is like the Doolittle raid.
Yeah. So
Wait,
just-
you know what? Some people might not know what that is.
Yeah, so
Explain the
very
Doolittle
similar.
raid.
So after Pearl Harbor, the Japanese attacked the United States, and so one of the things we weren't obviously prepared because the entire Pacific Fleet was in Pearl Harbor, unfortunately. So one of the things that we could do that in battles for an overall war scheme, it was minor, but what it did is it showed the Doolittle raid is they actually took an aircraft carrier and they put bombers on it for the first time, and it was led by Doolittle.
Hence,
Yeah, it's the Doolittle raid. And what he showed the Japanese was what they didn't think would happen is the retaliation to Pearl Harbor would be a strike
to
on
their homeland.
To their homeland.
But part of the problem with that too is that the government was in control of all the media.
Yeah.
And they were telling the people, we are winning the war,
Yeah.
we are doing this, we are doing that, and that the allies are crumbling, the Americans are falling, and then all of a sudden
You got bombers overhead.
you got bombers overhead going, hey, Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. So what it did is Doolittle Raid showed the Japanese people, not just the Japanese government,
It showed
that
the people.
you just picked the fight with the wrong people.
Yeah.
That you may be hearing all these great things, but I promise you, we will fight this on your soil now.
And we did.
Yeah. So it was one of those deals.
And we fought it in their air.
Yeah. So
At least twice.
Yeah. So if you look at, so I'm sure the Russian people is, very similar propaganda situation. The state media, state controls the media. If you protest it, you end up on the front lines in Ukraine.
Speaking of the state controlling the media, it's time for another one of our favorite topics.
Where in the world is Kamala Harris?
Well, she's our border czar, right?
Yes.
And she has not been to the border since, what was that, June 26th of 2020?
Yeah,
2021, June 26th.
You mean when she had to, because Trump went to the border?
Yeah, and then she went over to El Paso instead of any of the
Yeah, why go to McAllen when you could go to El Paso where we already have the border stops and the...
Why go to Mission or,
why go to a place that has a problem?
So, today, I think you're going to be surprised about where our vice president is.
So it's not a border because we know she doesn't do our border.
No, I said you would be surprised.
Oh, I'd be surprised. Okay. Is she in D.C. doing her job?
Well, she's in D.C.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah. she still has done absolutely nothing with her job per se, but she is in D.C. and she was smiling and clapping and cackling right over the back of
get you, my pretty.
right over the back of President Biden during the Griner, whatever you want to call that,
prisoner swap.
The announcement where that he was talking.
Oh, the press conference.
Press conference. Yeah. Sorry, the Thin Mint's gone to my head.
Yeah, big words.
The. Oh. That makes so much more sense.
Tonight.
So close.
Yeah, so she's in D.C. She's hanging out with the Biden,
Yeah.
So she's...
Oh, another thing that's happened since we haven't seen each other as a part of the follow-up is that Pelosi is going to resign as Speaker of the House. But I don't really know.
Does she really have to resign? Because now that Congress is going to be controlled by Republicans, is she automatically fired?
That's kind of what I was thinking. But
yeah, because I don't see a Republican Congress saying, "Hey, you know what?
Well, you can't fire me because I quit." Okay.
Yeah, you can't
that's you can't fire me. I won't let you fire me. I'm going to quit.
And especially, since all the new evidence is coming out with Paul Pelosi and the break-in during the completely not homosexual activities that were going on.
Look, just because
timer just went off.
Because he met his assailant on Grindr.
All right, let's dial that back just a hair.
Okay. All right. So you know what? Speaking of dialing back, let's go.
Good sandwich though.
Let's go. Let's go from our stout to the Thin Mint.
All right.
It tastes better going this way.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I think it's because you don't get the aftertaste like you got.
I don't know.
But after just a few sips of those, man, that's heavy. It's delicious.
It's very delicious, but that's like drinking a meal.
I would get sick off all those Thin Mints.
So here's the deal. If you're going to go to Martin House and you're going to drink these stouts, just get an appetizer. Just, don't bother eating a big meal.
Yeah. Don't drink the case either. That could turn out.
Just get some cheese sticks or
you know
something.
what?
Not well.
Have a good time.
Oh, hold on though.
No.
Just morals. Go ahead and.
So this might be a little blasphemic to some, but
no, we're going to suicide this thing.
Yeah, since two products of the Martin House Brewery.
All right, here comes our experiment.
We're going to do something may not have done yet.
All right.
All right, sniff it though. It actually.
I've fallen for this no more than 3 times.
I smell this.
It actually has a pretty wild sniff to it. A good
you can
mix
smell
of both.
You can smell the whiskey, but you can smell the mint.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a mint whiskey.
Yeah. All right, so you do the honors, Jizz Morals. You go ahead and Take a.
I'm not sure I like that name.
What?
Moral jizz?
Moral jizz.
That's even worse.
Morizzo.
I'm a Rizzo. All right, we might have been a little too ambitious on the mixing. There is a strange...
Frankenstein's monster didn't work out.
It's a strange punch at the back of your throat, but
it's not bad.
Don't Hunter Biden that thing. Come on, pass it over here.
Sorry, my bad. And don't think I didn't pick up on your sexual innuendo there. That punch in the back of the throat thing. It's different, but it's not bad.
It's like a third cocktail of the night.
I think that if we added more than let me see that.
All right, he's gonna.
I think the ratio of
just a little bit more.
The ratio of the Girl Scout has to be more.
Yeah.
No
That's
comment.
It.
Is it?
That's it.
You
That's
found
it.
the magic.
So we just needed to be a little more like Biden here.
Yeah.
More Girl Scout.
more Girl Scout.
More Girl Scout.
Hey, how old are you? Almost double digits.
Close enough.
Get out of here.
That was adding just a little bit more of the mint would make it a lot better.
That did balance it quite well.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
So, Listerine
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah.
You betcha.
You betcha, yeah.
and Dickel whiskey.
Wait a
That'll be
second.
the next one.
Wait a second. What now?
Well,
What is
we'll
this?
get to it when we get to it.
Dickel
So, anyways,
whiskey. I've heard of Dickel whiskey.
All right.
Those would be pretty good.
and Listerine, we're gonna try that.
All right. So then, what,
right.
did you say Listerine?
No, I did not.
That's after you have the Dickel whiskey.
Just get
I gotta get this taste out of my mouth.
This is the taste of shame. I gotta
I'm
get it out of my-
retracting that. I don't want to
That's
be
pronounced-
uninvited back
that's pronounced shame.
forever and ever.
All right.
We're not
all right.
condoning
We
this
gotta-
type
we gotta,
of mix.
We gotta get serious. We gotta
get serious.
Gotta get serious.
So that is a good concoction.
All right. So
So,
go for it. What? Who are you choosing to win here?
dude, I gotta go last Girl Scout.
That's what you're gonna go with. Okay.
I would honestly go with the whiskey barrel, only because
So they're both whiskey barrel.
The Acheron.
Acheron. Sorry, yeah, the Acheron. Only because it's a little bit lighter. I don't like the super heaviness all the time. Sometimes I am in the mood for that, but the Acheron.
Hey man, sometimes the last call you.
The
you have to-
Acheron
you have to
seems
get
like
what
it
you
would
get.
be the
You know, you still
full
want your
evening
friends to see you on it.
It's like a boat pass.
drink of choice.
All right, man. You're the tiebreaker.
I love the last Girl Scout. My thing is that if I had more than 2 of these, I don't know if I can handle it because of just how minty it is. I'm gonna go with the Acheron because at least it's a stout.
It's a tough call.
But once again, you cannot go wrong with either one of these.
These
are good.
I gotta say this: of all the stouts we've done, Acheron is the best stout
Yeah.
we've done.
And of all the weird beers that we've done,
Last Girl Scout is the best weird beer I've ever had.
yeah.
And that's the reason I think I went with it because, I'm not a coffee guy as it is. And that's where stouts are really kind of stand out. Is with
And
that
you and I are
coffee in
more
there.
coffee guys too.
So the last Girl
Indeed.
Scout to me takes that
Indubitably.
coffee and turns
Quiet.
it into that Starbucks foo-foo drink that I might be able to palate if I go there.
So you're getting the minty frappuccino, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like to call it a half
do
something.
you like to?
And then I usually use the word bullshit at the
Do you-
bottom of it.
Do you like to get extra froth on the top?
No, I like
Maybe
mine. I like
like
mine
a-
froth free. I'm very
maybe-
bearded and mustache.
Maybe like some extra cream.
Yeah, people could get the wrong idea with
Actually, when I
having
go to Starbucks, I get those fruity water drinks. Believe it or not.
Those
I
are
don't know
actually
what you're
pretty
talking
good.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
strawberry.
never go to Starbucks,
Yeah.
so I don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Most
what
of
it
the time,
is
if I
really.
go to a coffee place, I go to Black Rifle Coffee
Yeah,
Company.
if I end up at Starbucks, it's just because somebody else was already demanding.
When you're at the airport,
Starbucks
what else
and-
is there? Unless they got a Pete's. That's your only choice.
But I
Well,
will
I used to
say,
be
I
a
will
cop,
say
so I always
this.
try to find the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I will say this though: neither one of these beers
Beers.
will leave you prickly on the insides.
Can't have enough. Yeah, no. So,
Martin House, you knocked it out of the park with this.
Yeah, Martin
both
House-
of these are great.
it's incredible. So this was a
And
win-win no matter
overall-
which way you go.
For all the microbreweries that we've tried, Martin House has been 100% like above all of them.
Yeah. I can't forgive them for the pickle beer.
No, I'm not saying. Didn't they make the bacon beer too?
Maybe they did. I don't know if they did the bacon beer. I don't think that. I'd have to go back on our notes. I don't think they did the bacon beer.
But whenever we've compared these across the board to stuff like 903, RAR, and even some
I'm totally out on 903 at this point.
Like Deep Elm Brewery, these have consistently performed better.
Yeah, and I hate to say that I'm out on 903.
Now they're not as. I hate to say it this way. They're not as user friendly. So it's not like you get the Deep Dallas Blonde, the Deep Elm Blonde, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's a light beer that just tastes good. We have not had a Martin House beer that was just a light beer that tasted good. Not that they don't have one, just that we haven't gone to the store and just got one of those.
Well, this show has made me a fan of Martin House.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I got to say that I probably would have never really looked twice at Martin House. Obviously they're local to us, but
is it because you're racist against Martins?
Yeah, well, no, it was that pickle beer because I always know they're the ones that make the pickle beer, and it's always sounded
bad experience with the Martian in his day.
He had bad experience with the
that's
Martin.
Marvin though.
Martin.
Never mind.
Yeah, so
close though.
Swing and a miss.
It was there.
But I'm a fan now.
He prefers the Swallow over the Martins.
I've always been a fan of Raw and Sons. All the microbrews, Raw and Sons has always kind of been my favorite.
Their red is always one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's my favorite beer. But Martin House is right up there with them now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is that a European?
Right. Well, thanks for tuning in, cluckheads.
European.
Well, he said swallows. So.
Yeah, it's the European laden swallow. Laden swallow.
It can grip it by its husk.
From the village of Lickety Dickens.
First off, I know where you were going, and I know where you were going, and I really think that Monty Python should have just made the two of those together. All right, Collectors. Thanks for tuning in to episode 70 of Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, and setting in for the morals we have Mizzorals. Mizzo.
We'll go with Mizzo.
I like Mizzo.
Mizzo.
Let's go to Mizzo.
It's less offensive to the.
Yeah. So Mizzo.
Mizzo loves company.
And remember, in a world full of chickens,
be a rooster.
You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.